Russians and Chinese crossing the southern border.
That is what members of Congress say they are witnessing. Wake County Representative Deborah Ross is a member of the House Judiciary Subcommittee on Immigration, Integrity, Security, and Enforcement. You see her there at the southern border. I spoke to her this afternoon about her recent trip to the Texas-Mexico border.
I expected to see long lines, and we saw long lines, and we saw a lot of people who had to wait for their information to be processed, and we saw a lot of people who were being held because they tried to cross the border illegally. All of that I expected to see. What I did not expect to see in the place where people were crossing the border illegally was that a majority of the people who were being held were Chinese. And that is a relatively new phenomenon. So people from China flying to Mexico and then trying to cross the border illegally. When we went to the place where you do cross the border legally and you have to have an appointment and all of these other things, there were a large number of Russians who had made appointments to be able to come. This is at the southern border, the southernmost tip of Texas.
Lawmakers met with Customs and Border Protection officers, humanitarian leaders. They visited the border wall, and they also toured processing facilities in McAllen and Brownsville, Texas, where that town has taken upon themselves to figure out how to house some of these folks as they come over temporarily, at least, you know, for them to have a place. And as we've reported for how many years now, Liz?
A long time, yeah.
A long time. Democrats, Republicans have been very wide apart on how to deal with these immigration issues, but she hopes these trips will allow them to come together and find some common ground. But the effort by Chinese and Russians to enter the U.S. from Mexico, very eye-opening. And when you think about the concerns we have with China, the cyber attacks we worry about, technology, the trade war, and then you think about Russia and Ukraine, you know, it's all one big puzzle and a fascinating new piece, and one we really need to be paying attention to as we talk about immigration, what's happening at our borders.
Very interesting that that's what she saw there.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Russ, thanks.